Hello, my name is Fringy Kelly. We are Group 2 and we are going to talk about robotics. Today we are going to talk about what robotics is. We're going to talk about how it works. We're going to talk about the key players in this industry. We're going to talk about the sales and statistics. We are also going to talk about the business applications and also the advantages and disadvantages of robots. So we're going to start by defining robotics. What is robotics? Robotics is a technology that deals with the design, the construction, and the operation of robots in automation. And moving forward to actually defining robots, robots are machines that resemble living creatures and are capable of moving independently by walking on wheels and also performing complex actions that would normally be performed by human beings. Before moving on to explain this topic further, it's important to know the law of robotics and where it originates from. And I'm going to leave that to my mate here.
Hi, my name is Quinn, and today we're going to be talking about what is robotics. Robots are man-made machines that can perform tasks at a more effective and efficient rate than human. The term robot came from the Czech word robota, which means forced labor, to which was introduced by the writer Isaac Asimov in his science fiction book called I, Robot, where he presented the 3 laws of robotics. The laws include 1. A robot may not injure a human being or through inaction allow a human being to come into harm. 2. A robot must obey the orders given to it by human beings except where such orders would conflict with the first law. 3. A robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second law. How it works. Robots spin their wheels and pivot jointed segments through the use of electrical motors, hydraulic systems, or pneumatic systems. Most robots are battery operated or they are plugged into the wall. Hydraulic robots use a pump to pressurize the hydraulic fluid, and pneumatic robots need an air compressor or compressed air tanks. The motors or systems are all wired to an electrical current, where the current powers electrical motors directly, activating the hydraulic system by manipulating electrical valves. The valves determine the pressurized fluid path through the machine. Most robots are reprogrammable. To change the robot's behavior, you simply write a new program to its computer. Some robots have sensory systems. Some have the ability to see, hear, smell, or taste. The most common robot sense is the sense of movements, the robot's ability to monitor its own motion. Types of robots. There are 3 types of robots. The first is teleoperated robots. These robots operate through a remote control. Some may have artificial intelligence, but normally they operate by taking their commands from a human operator. These teleoperated robots are mostly used today in the medical and military operations, to which they are used in critical surgeries and dangerous operations, as they are able to work in any condition without risks of failing. Autonomous robots. They are robots that perform just as how a human would. They have the ability to perceive its own environment, make its own decision based on what it is programmed to recognize, and actuate a movement within that environment. Some of the examples are robots that include helicopters that fly themselves or vacuum cleaners that work on their own. Last is the hybrid robots. Hybrid robots are robots that have a combination of the teleoperated and autonomous operations. The hybrid robot is capable of acting on its own actions, to which it depends on the program that was already supplied by the programmer. These hybrid robots have recently taken a place in the medical robot technology industry, where it is the most thriving and fastest developing research fields. These hybrid robots assist in difficult surgeries and have the advantage of reducing the percentage of failure. Key industry players. Currently, the global industrial robots market is dominated by players from the Republic of South Korea, Singapore, Germany, Japan. Some of the top robotic companies are Hyundai, Motorman, and ePerson Robotics. Asia still continues to be the world's strongest growth market as a rise of 37% in sales and are in some of the top 5 major markets, including China, Japan, the Republic of Korea, alongside the United States and Germany, which represents 73% of the world global robot sales. And since 2010, the demand for industrial robots have accelerated due to the ongoing trend towards innovative technical improvements in the industrial robots. Between 2012 and 2017, the average robot sales increase was 19% per year, and the average annual supply doubled to 236,000 units compared to the average annual supply between 2005 and 2008. This is a clear indication of the accelerating rise in demand for industrial robots worldwide. Also in 2017, the total worldwide stock has increased to 15% yearly compared to back in 2012, where it was increasing slightly at the rate of 11%. Sale values has also increased as an estimate of 21% up to $16.2 billion.
Hi, my name is Jorgen. I'm going to be talking about the sales and stats and business applications of robotics. The New World Robotics Report shows an annual global sales value of $16.5 billion in 2018, a new record. 22,000 units were shipped globally in 2018, an increase of 6% compared to the previous year, and IFR forecast shipments in 2019 will recede from the record level in 2018, but expects an average growth of 12% per year from 2020 to 2022. In the first half of 2019, the North American robotics market is up 7.2%, and from January to June, North American companies ordered 16,488 robots, valued at $869 million. The largest driver of year-to-date growth was an 83% increase in units ordered by the automotive OEMs. Other industries that saw increase include semiconductor and electronics, 12%, life sciences, 8%, and food and consumer goods, 3%. In the second quarter alone, North American companies ordered 8,572 robots, valued at $446 million. This represents a growth of 19.2% in number of robots ordered and a 0.6% boost in dollars compared to the same time period in 2018. Business applications. Businesses that use robots have benefited greatly. They saved a lot of money on labor and capital because instead of employing people to do the work, they use robots. It is expensive to make the initial purchases of robots, but in the long run, businesses save money. Instead of paying many workers a salary to do the same job, they make a one-time purchase of robots. Robots may need occasional parts fixed or maintenance, but this comes out to be less than the cost of a worker. It is estimated that by 2025, the adoption of advanced robots will boost productivity up to 30% in many industries, and lower total costs for labor by 18% or more in the world's biggest exporting countries, like the United States, China, Japan, and Germany. Robots have helped with efficiency of production in terms of being able to get more work done in a shorter amount of time when compared to a human worker. Shangying Precision Technology Company's a factory in China replaced 90% of its human workforce with machines. This led to a 250% increase in productivity and an 80% drop in deficits. They used to need 650 human workers to produce mobile phones, and now workers have been replaced by 60 robot arms. Only 60 people are still employed by the company to check and monitor the production line and monitor the computer control systems. In terms of industrial manufacturing, robots can control product assembly, welding, and handle of materials. With marketing, robots can be used to demonstrate how new devices or inventions work. Robots are a part of the interactive displays at trade shows, and robots are used in advertising to show more futuristic and innovation progress. Some robots are used for the purpose of entertainment, and they can draw audience to storefronts and theme parks. They also may appear in television shows or movies like the show on Netflix, I Am Mother. Robots can be used to perform hazardous tasks in conditions that would be unsafe for humans or animal actors. This can be seen as a situation similar to an actor's stunt double. These robots look very realistic and may resemble real-life people or fictional characters. With telecommunications, robots can simplify a business call center and handle incoming phone or internet traffic to keep the channels of communication running smooth. Automated calling robots place pre-recorded calls, appointment reminders, and customer surveys, which is a huge time save for company employees who would usually complete these tasks. In terms of inventory, robots are able to take care of inventory tasks for companies that have large warehouses, such as Amazon. They are able to navigate the warehouses to find a product, retrieve it, and then give it to an employee, saving time and leading to a more efficient business.
My name's Megan McKee, and I'm going to be addressing the advantages and disadvantages of robots. Some advantages are that robots have increased flexibility, capability, and can perform a variety of tasks. They work around the clock and do not require sick days, vacation, or breaks. They are precise when working and make fewer mistakes than humans, which makes them especially suited for the medical field. Robots can work in environments that are too dangerous for humans too. Some disadvantages are that robots can be costly because they need maintenance, repairs, and program updates. In the workplace, employees may have a difficult time trusting and learning how to use robots. Robots still have some limitations in regard to the tasks they can perform. Robots are not very energy efficient and need large amounts of energy. Also, battery life as a result is not very good, and they need constant charging. Robots are not free-thinking and have difficulty mapping unmarked locations and adapting new knowledge. Displacement of human workers, according to the World Economic Forum, is 47% of jobs in the U.S. are at risk of being automated in the next 20 years. The future of robotics involves robots doing human activities like cooking, walking, and talking. They will have sensors that react just as our five senses do. They are predicted to be able to blend in with us. They will be designed in a way that mimics the physical and personality aspect of humans. Some examples of features that robots will have are facial movements, chest movements to mimic breathing, and verbal communication. On November 18, 2019, the World Economic Forum stated that by 2030, 800 million employees could potentially lose their jobs to machines. In addition to this, a recent poll stated that 82% of workers think robot managers are better than human managers because they provide more organized work schedules and unbiased opinions on work-related matters. Artificial intelligence is becoming one of the fastest-growing software technologies in robotics. Employees to focus on more complex matters while robots do the busy work. The addition of AI to the workforce is projected to add $15.7 trillion to the global economy by 2030. It is improving many fields. Medical robotics in the workforce will cut the cost of health care and eliminate human error. According to Jeremy Russell, if you have surgery in the future, your surgeon will probably be accompanied by a robot to make your surgery safer, faster, and more hygienic. To recap, robotics can be defined as technology dealing with the design, construction, and operation of robots and automation. These are machines made by man that are designed to work more efficiently than human beings. There are three distinct types of robots: teleoperated, autonomous, and hybrid. Some downfalls are that the cost of maintenance and repairs can be high. They cannot think critically for themselves without additional human programming. They are not energy efficient, and certain environments are difficult for them to navigate. In spite of the downfalls, robots are growing in popularity as they are becoming better, and the disadvantages are being solved as technology improves. South Korea is currently the country on the forefront of robotic innovation. Globally, in 2018, the World Robotics Report hit a new record of $16.5 billion and shipped 22,000 units of robots all over the world. In terms of business, robots can aid in all industries from industrial manufacturing to marketing. This is because the advantages of robots are beginning to be seen by consumers, which encourages use. Advantages include that they can perform a wide variety of tasks, they can work around the clock without breaks, they can work in any environment, and can be used in a wide range of fields. Robots can be used in more fields than just businesses. Their applications can be utilized in medicine, security, and other industries that require much precision and accuracy for task completion, like flying helicopters or performing delicate surgeries on patients. They also have the capability to give us more free time by taking over chores like vacuuming an entire house on their own. We are living in a digital age and constantly relying on technology. We can easily infer that robots will soon begin to play an even greater role in our future.